Radio check.
Okay.
Cheese was nasty.
I actually forgot to
Sub man,
do a
you
couple
up
of
early.
things here. All right, sup, man? You're up early. Let's see here. So cheese is nasty. Actually, I took the day off. At my job, the machine that I work on needs repairing, and so I spent the last couple of days trying to get ahead of schedule, and so I'm like a day and a half ahead of schedule. So I just went ahead and took the day off. So yeah, I would normally be at work right now. I work 6 a.m. Eastern time to 2:30 p.m. So let me go through my introductions. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay, and we are back on my day off for LeMans Ultimate. We are at Fuji taking another crack at that silver rank. And before we get into this, I want to show you guys something. So I'm already registered for this race, and I got to scroll down a little bit to find my name. Right there, Lincoln Clay. That's, no big deal. This is what I want to point out. Assuming if he's still in here. Yep, there he is. Right there. Let me scroll up to the middle. If you notice where I have the cursor at, Rimble McScrimble, that is none other than Jimmy Broadbent. At least I believe it's him. I know that he uses that is his alias or whatever when he's racing online. And the only reason why I'm not 100% sure is him is because a couple of days ago he posted a screenshot on Twitter showing him using his Jimmy Broadbent name instead of Rimble McScrimble. So I was under the impression that, okay, moving forward, he's going to go ahead and use his Jimmy Broadbent name. But I wouldn't be surprised that if he came into a session under the name Jimmy Broadbent, I wouldn't be surprised if the chat got flooded with people asking him stuff, making comments, whatever. So maybe he decided to go back to the Rimble McScrimble. But yes, that is Jimmy Broadbent. To my knowledge, his driver and safety rank, he is a bronze 3, so we are both bronze 3. The difference is his safety rating, he is a bronze 2, whereas I am a platinum 2. So because of that, I am not 100% sure that we might end up in the same split. And as this thing continues to fill up, we've got a little under 10 minutes, and as with the low fuel motorsports races, I'm starting to find out on LeMans Ultimate the guys compiling in at the last second. So right now we've got 88 entries, but we still got 9 minutes to go before the race, and I'd say over the next 5 minutes entries are going to start pouring in, especially like over in the UK right now. I believe it is 3 p.m. right now in the UK. So if they work under the same kind of hours that we do in terms of a 40-hour week here in America, blue collar, because I'm a blue collar worker, and most blue collar workers in America that work first shift usually work like a 6 to 2:30 in most cases, or 6 to 2 or 6 to 3. 7 to 3, 7 to 3:30, somewhere around that range. So that being said, if the if the UK follows that same layout in terms of a work week, then I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are out of work right now in the UK. They're home from work, so they can probably come home and jump straight on to Le Mans Ultimate. So 8 minutes. I'm really happy to see that Le Mans Ultimate is catching up. It's catching on more and more and more. I was watching a video from a guy named Zargani Racing, and that Zargani is spelled with an I. It's just something that just came across my timeline, so I watched it. And the guy's an iRacer, but he was saying how Le Mans Ultimate is slowly becoming his favorite sim, and so that's always good to hear. I'm always happy to hear about the growth of Le Mans Ultimate, because you know, I have no doubt that this game is going to be successful. I think we are at that point where I think we're on the cusp of a breakthrough with this game. I think once we get the driver swap in the last of the GT3 cars, that's when this game is like really going to take off. I do, however, I expect there to be a slight drop next week, because next Thursday a set, of course, of EVO launches in early access, but it I think for what you're going to get is time trial, single player race, and I think maybe quick race. And I don't know if that quick race means an online race. Going to get 5 tracks, which I do like the tracks that they're going to give us. I can't remember all of them, but it's like Suzuka, Bathurst, I think maybe Spa. I can't remember all of them, but I know they're the common tracks that you're going to get. And 20 cars. They revealed the first 4 cars, and they were production cars. That being said, I really don't think I'm going to be that much into a set, of course, of EVO, because I mean, this is starting to look more and more like Gran Turismo and Midnight Club combined. It seems like they are putting a lot of focus on showing people that you're racing with production cars. And I drive production cars in real life like we all do. So the last thing I want to do is play a racing game with cars that we all drive in real life. But I do think that when this game launches, it's going to be the shiny new toy, and I do think a lot of people are going to definitely try it out. But I expect a little bit of a drop in the user base of all racing games, for that matter. But then I expect the hardcore people, I expect them to gravitate back towards Le Mans Ultimate. So yeah, I'm prepared to see a little bit of a drop, and I'm sure the developers are probably expecting it as well. But let me see. We are about almost halfway through January. The last of the GT3s are supposed to come early 2025, and when they mean early 2025, I'm taking that as first quarter 2025, which means I expect to see these by March. So we've got 4 minutes. And I think that's about all I got, except for, that I've been somewhat, from the distance, I've kind of been keeping my eye on this Nvidia AMD thing with the new graphics cards. I'm paying more attention to the Nvidia side, because I am seriously leaning towards getting the RTX 5070. I think it's worth the asking price. When you go back and look, when you go back a couple of generations to the 3000 cards, And this is Founders Edition that I'm talking about, because all of the graphics cards that I have ever purchased have been Founders Editions cards, with the exception of the 2070 that came with an Alienware that I bought. But as far as like going and buy just the GPU, all of them that I bought have been Founders Edition. So going back to the 3000 cards, the 3070 launched at $500. The 3070 Ti launched at $600. The 3080 launched at $800. The 3080 Ti $1,200. And the 3090, I believe, might have been, I don't know, $1,400 or $1,500, I believe. And then when the 4000 cards came out, you know, that's when Nvidia was doing a little bit of bullshit, you know, kind of trying to manipulate shit with the 4070 and the 4080. But I bought the Founders Edition 4090 for $1,600. But coming back to the 3070 Ti that launched for $600, it has 8 gig of VRAM that I believe at DDR5, and the 5070 has 12 gigs of VRAM, I believe, at GDDR7. And so, and then you still factor in that the 5070 is also going to have DLSS and DLSS 4 frame generation. But just off of raw rasterization, I'd imagine that the 12 gigs of VRAM versus the 8 gigs of VRAM in the 3070 Ti, I imagine should be a significant jump. I'm led to believe in raw rasterization, the 5070 would be on par with, I would feel, a 3080 Ti. So I definitely feel like the 5070 is worth the money. I think for those of you that are flat screen gamers, I think those who pick up a 3070 Ti, a 5070 Ti, probably won't need another graphics cards for a few years. So, all right, we're about 1 minute away from race start. And we are at 137 entries, 38. And yes, Jimmy Broadbent is still in here. As I said at the beginning of the stream, he is Rimble McScrimble. Oh yeah, that's definitely him, because the last time I seen him, he was driving the BMW. Last time I seen one of his streams, he was driving the BMW. That is definitely Jimmy Broadbent. And I'm not ranked all that much higher than him. And I just get a notification that he made a tweet. So I don't know. We will see if he's in. We'll see if he's in the same split with me or not. I've never really paid attention to how fast Jimmy Broadbent might be, but you know, he talks fast, but he's well spoken. But I mean, but I started paying attention to him because I really liked him as an anchor for the Gran Turismo tournament, Gran Turismo manufacturers tournaments, whatever. I really enjoyed watching him on there. So
coming from a 3060,
I think he should still be there. Tell you the truth. I mean, I'm waiting for the delivery of my 4070 Super coming from a 3060. That is a massive. That's going to be a massive jump. The only thing that I would have. So it doesn't. At this moment, it doesn't look like Jimmy Broadbent is going to be in this split with me. Oh shit! I'm in the top split. I'm in split 1 of 7. I am a little bit curious how much you're paying for that 4070. I mean, you know, not to rain on a parade, you know, buy what you want, but I'm kind of feeling like
just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
If you're paying $500 or more for this 4070, you know, the I guess the suggestive, what's the word I'm using? I would almost want to recommend spending the extra $50 and getting the 5070. But nonetheless, you know, the 4070 does have DLSS 3, which, you know, being that I race in VR, the majority of VR games do not have, you know, DLSS support, which I would rather, especially with me being in VR, I would rather have my frames be, rasterized, you know, raw. So no, I don't use any DLSS or even the asynchronous space warp within the Meta PC app. I don't even use that, which, you know, the asynchronous space warp is basically their version of a DLSS. Oh, I think we can get ready here. This quali's coming up. But nonetheless, upgrading from a 3060 to a 47, I think is a huge jump. I mean, I just ended up making such a huge jump to the 4090 because with me racing in VR, it is a little bit more. It is a little bit more taxing on your PC. And not only that, I have the resolution upscaled quite high. So I mean, that's
the end of the session. P11.
As far as resolution goes, I have this game upscaled to 3300p. I'm still running at 90 frames per second native, and I mean the picture through the pancake lenses of this MetaQuest Pro. The picture is just ultra sharp.
Said. Yeah, it was $650.
Oh,
I have the Quest 3 also.
Oh my God, $650. I would like to recommend, if you could hold off until next month, I would have to assume that you're buying this new. I would have to assume that you're buying that 4070 new. Because, I mean, if you were to buy it off of eBay, I think you could find it considerably less than that. But, I mean, if you're buying it new, I would like to recommend waiting until next month and getting a 5070.
Exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Clay. We've got 6 minutes to settle up. Let's get some heat to these brakes.
And you're definitely gonna like that Quest 3.
Tap Gaming said from New Head. It's on the way.
Oh, okay. So you can't back out of it then.
Okay, Clay, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Double Tap Gaming said, I should have waited but wanted better graphics for racing.
Totally understandable. But with the 5070, you're definitely going to get better graphics than you would with the, you're going to get better performance with a 5070 than you would a 4070. But, you know, it's already done, so. And the, and the thing about it is, ooh. You know what? Hold that thought.
Fastest lap for Martin, 1:38.77. The guy in front has just done a 1:14.19. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Left, 2 minutes. The brake temperatures are fine, mate. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace. The guy ahead has just done a 1:14.43. Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace. Your front tyres are cold.
Shit! We got one more crack at this.
Tyre temperatures look good. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. That's the end of the session, 18th.
Damn. All that did was move me up to 17th place. I'm in here with aliens. And since I'm in here with aliens, because I'm in top split. I'm in the top split. In lower splits, that 140/70 would have been okay, but I think my fastest lap on here would be a 140.4. So even if I was able to do that, it would only move me up to 15th place.
Double Tap Gaming said, "Wow, they are fast."
Yes, they are. Now, what I was going to say, Double Tap, the only thing that's stopping me from suggesting that you return that 4070 is that out of the 5000 series cards, the 50 series cards, the 5070 is in all likelihood going to be the most sought after card. Therefore, it's probably going to be the hardest card to get. You know, with a lot of people, with the 5090 costing $2,000, I don't know how many people are. I got the funny feeling that one might not sell the way the 4090 did, because I think there's a lot of people out there. I've seen a few people say that they're happy with their 4090s and they have no plans to upgrade to the 5090. Me being one of them, I'm absolutely happy with my 4090. I'm more than happy. But yeah, the 5090, even if they're fake frames, I mean, they showed Cyberpunk running at like 27 frames per second, and I'd imagine that's ultra settings, 4K, ray tracing turned on, all that shit. And then they go to DLSS 4, and the frame rate jumps all the way up to like 250. You know, that's on the 5090, but still, though, so I say all of that to say this, that the only thing that's stopping me from recommending you return that 4070 is that the 5070 might be hard to get, because I got the funny feeling the scalpers are going to do their thing.
Green flag, green flag.
Left's clear left. Alexander is now left's clear left. Clear left. Yellow flag in sector 1, Martin is now in the lead. We think that's gone clear left, green car left, clear left. Well done, Clay, good start. Clear right. Right, clear right. Right side's clear.
Really?
155.3.
Clay. The next car is Salah. Just done 139.32. You've just done 141.74. The gap to Salah ahead is now 0.7. Hot. Remaining 15 minutes to go. Okay, Clay, relax, focus, keep it smooth. Fastest lap for Martin, 138.93.
So I'm 2 seconds off the fastest lap.
Time 141.12.
Double Tap Gaming. Thanks for following.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow.
Gap to E12 in front is now 1.4. Attempts look good. Place. Sector 1, yellow flag. Sector 2, yellow flag. Sector 2 is now green. Sector 1 is clear.
Janice said, "Hey Lincoln,
Right tyres are cold.
How's it going?
You've just done 141.00. That's your fastest lap today. Liang Salam. Ahead is now 1.2.
Janice said, how is VR in LMU?
I love it. I mean, I love racing in VR to begin with, but I think an argument can be made that out of all the games in my library, LeMans Ultimate might be the second best looking game in VR behind Automobilista 2.
Okay, Clay, we're halfway home. Come on, keep digging. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I can't race any other way. VR is the only way I can race.
Lap 141.49.
The brakes are hot all around. Your left front is hot.
Double Tap Gaming said, VR has made me faster.
I believe it. You can judge corners better.
Janice said, me too.
If those cars start fighting in front of me, I might have a chance.
Alright, Clay, halfway home. We've got plenty of fuel. That lap was at 141.06. Good consistency. Keep them coming. The gap to P12 ahead is now 1.1 seconds. Release clear. Your left front's cooking. Sala ahead is increasing. It's now 1.3 seconds. Sector 3 is yellow. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left. It looks like Jacob has spun off. Green flag in Sector 3.
That time was a
3:12.
Oh, my wheel just stopped. My wheel just shut off on me. And oh my God, my wheels and my brakes just shut off on me.
Yellow flag.
This is a backbreaker.
Hammerser said, me as well.
Sector 1 is green.
With only 3 minutes to go, that was a backbreaker.
The guy in front is Daniel. The gap to 16th place. Ahead is now 3.9. The front tyres are cold.
Both my wheelbase and my pedal shut off. And I could get the wheelbase shutting off is one thing, but the brakes shutting off was another because they're separately connected to the PC.
Two minutes to go. 2 minutes. Your left front tyre is running hot.
I guess the racing guys just do not want me to make it to silver. Every time I get within striking distance of that silver rank, something happens.
Incident Sector 3, yellow flag. Green flag in Sector 3. 17th place. There we go, it's over. Bring it back round.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
stop requested.
That wheel shutting off on me was a backbreaker. Because I think I was in 12th or 13th place when the wheel shut off on me. So I've got the funny feeling I'm going to end up coming out with negative rank. I'll probably get positive rank for safety, but for driving rank, what is what I'm aiming for, this was a backbreaker. Oh my Lord. Well, let's check out the damage. Oh, I took a hit. Oh, you know what? It wouldn't have mattered. I was expected to qualify dead last, and I qualified 17th.
Double Tap Gaming said, has that ever happened, Bipri?
With the wheel going off on me, yeah, it's happened a few times. It happened a couple of times with LeMans Ultimate, and it happened a couple of times with Automobile Lista 2. So I'm more inclined to blame the software or the base itself. So I don't know, you know. I believe this thing has fans inside. So I don't know. I've had this wheelbase now for about 4 or 5 years, so it's probably nearing the end of its manufacturer's warranty. So I don't know if it if it ends up taking a dump on me. I hate to say it, but I gotta stick with Fanatec because their wheels have toggle switches on them, and I'll show you what I mean. Hold on, let me grab my other wheel, my McLaren wheel. I don't know if you can still hear me from the mic or not, but these red toggle switches. Those red toggle switches that I was pointing at on the McLaren wheel, Fanatec is the only company that I know that puts toggle switches like that on their wheels. And I definitely need that because all these other knobs, the decoders, the rotary encoders, the buttons and stuff like that, because I'm wearing a VR headset, I can't see it. So I'm fishing around for buttons. These toggle switches, I can feel around with my thumb and I know when I'm touching the toggle switches. So as far as mapping out my wheel, I use these toggle switches for the traction control and the ABS so I can adjust them on the fly while I'm driving. Because like these rotary encoders up here, these dials that I'm turning, they're so close together that sometimes when I'm trying to turn when I'm trying to adjust the traction control, I mistake and hit the other encoder, which I would have mapped out for the ABS, and I end up turning the wrong dial. With these toggle switches, there's no mistake about it. And so this formula wheel that I use also has those toggle switches. So I hate to say it, but for all the trouble that Fanatec is in right now, if this wheelbase, if this DD1 ends up taking a dump, I'll probably go on eBay and buy another one, or I'll just go through Fanatec and buy like a brand new DD Extreme, because the DD Extreme is 15 Newton meters of torque, which would still be more than what I need. This Podium DD1 that I have right here is 20 Newton meters of torque, and I don't even think I use half of it. I mean, when I first got it, you know, I was cranking it all the way up to like 80, 90%, and that force feedback was strong enough to tear my arms off, you know. And as I started realizing you need to be able to react quicker when you go into these corners, I had to turn the force feedback down all the way to the point where I've got the force feedback turned down to about like 45%. You have the CSL DD. Well, originally, so I had the CSL Elite, the Clubsport CSL Elite. So what happened was I started out on a Thrustmaster T150, and I ordered the CSL DD. And at the time that I ordered the CSL DD, Fanatec was the only one that had the budget direct drive wheel. So they, not only did they have a monopoly at the time, it also happened during COVID. And then here in America, all the ships were getting stuck in the docks. You know, ships were being told, you know, to basically just let their ships float out to sea because supposedly the docks were jammed up. So over the next 6 months, I'm getting letters from Fanatec saying that, you know, the shipment has been delayed, yada yada yada. So in the meantime, I bought a CSL Elite on eBay. It was a pretty good wheelbase, 5 Newton meters of torque, and it got me through. But meanwhile, I'm waiting for the CSL DD, and like a couple of days before my unit was supposed to ship, this is like 6 months later, I get another letter from Fanatec saying that it's been delayed again. Finally, I got sick of it, and I had to commit to it because I had already bought the McLaren wheel. I had already bought pedals, a table clamp. I had already committed to the Fanatec ecosystem. So I got tired of waiting for that CSL DD, and I broke down and spent $1,200 and ordered this Podium DD1. So I can't say if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have done XYZ. I wouldn't have. Knowing what I know now, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I would still stick with Fanatec, because those toggle switches that I showed you guys, the Fanatec wheels are the only ones that I know of that have those toggle switches. If anyone else had them, I would have switched. So, I mean, if I didn't race in VR, yeah, I would have switched. But I race in VR, those toggle switches are the most valuable switches on my wheel, because I can use my thumb to feel around for the toggle switches and just flick up to change up, you know, to increase the traction control, and flick it down to decrease it. Same thing with the traction control, you know, or the ABS. So
at Lincoln Clay VR day off.
Ham VR was good. Yeah, I took the day off. The machine that I work on at my job needs to be repaired, so I kept working to get myself ahead of schedule. So I'm like a day and a half ahead of schedule. So I went ahead and took the day off, and just decided to get some racing in. But you know what, Ham? I've been wanting to talk to you. I wanted to ask you, have you pre-ordered, or are you planning to pre-order the 5090?
Ham VR said, speaking of thumbs.
Speaking of thumbs, thumbs up the stream. Appreciate it, Ham.
Ham VR said, nice.
So yeah, that was going to be my question to you. If you have pre-ordered the 5090, or are you still going to pre-order it? And while I await your answer, I'll see what other daily races are out there. although it would be in my best interest to stay in my same class,
Said,
I may be willing to do a
I've not
multi-class
pre-ordered
race
yet as
depending
I
on what
can.
track it's on. Oh, you can't pre-order yet? So I take it that that answer means that you are going to pre-order it as soon as it becomes available. Okay, so it looks to me like the only race that's coming up would be
HamVR said, as soon as I can I will.
would be Circuit of the Americas, and
and
I'm not very good
for
as
the
that.
9800X 3D at the same time.
You said as soon as I can, I might switch out the 7800X 3D for the 9800X 3D at the same time.
HamVR said, normally the day before launch the shopping carts open.
I thought I had seen or heard something that one of these newer AMD CPUs that's supposed to be faster than the 7800X 3D was actually slower than the 7800X 3D. I mean, have you heard anything like that? Normally the day before the shopping carts open. Okay. Well, as far as my situation goes, I think the best way to describe my situation with the 4090 versus getting a 5090, I would describe it two ways. One is the 4090 to me is like having a car that does 250 miles an hour, but
Emerson
the speed limit is 35, so I'll never get a
you
chance
talk
to
about
open
your
it all the
VR?
way up. And
What
by
kind of
buying the
setting and
5090, I
software
would be
you are
buying a
using?
car that does 275 miles an hour, but the speed limit is
MVR
still 35 miles an hour.
said,
I mean,
yes, the 9000 AMD
I still-
CPU, none X3D, are slower
I have
for
not
gaming.
overclocked my 4090. I have never overclocked it. The biggest reasons, there was two reasons why I never overclocked it. One is the plug melting scandal, as I'm going to call it, because I think Nvidia was sabotaged by some AMD people. And the other reason why I never overclocked it is because I'm using a 1000-watt GPU, and I wasn't sure that would be if I would have enough if I decided to overclock it. And number three, it was getting the job done. Just about, I think every single game in my library in VR, other than the shit with like using the Unreal injector, other than that shit, all the other games in my library with VR support, I can run any of them at epic settings at 90 frames a second. I'm good with 90 frames per second. I don't really see the need to run anything at 120 frames per second. But just to throw that out there, F124, I ran a benchmark using the Quest 3 because, as you know, Ham, the Quest 3 does go up to 120 hertz versus the
MVR
Quest Pro only going up to 90.
But the new
I benchmarked
9800X
F124 with the
3D
Quest
is about
3.
10% faster than the
I had the
7800X
resolution
3D. Straight swap on
upscaled
same
to
motherboard.
3400p, epic settings, and it still ran, the benchmark still showed it at an average of 111 frames per second. Epic settings, 120 frames native, resolution upscaled to 3400p. So then, I turned it down to 90 frames. I turned it down to 90 hertz, and it capped out. It wouldn't go any higher. So that being said, using the Quest Pro, being good with 90 frames per second, I'm covered. I can run damn near all my games at epic settings, 90 frames per second, with the resolution thanks to the OpenXR toolkit. I can run any of my games between 3500p and 4000p, and in some cases higher. But the new 9800 XD is about 10% faster than the 7800 XD, straight on same motherboard. Yeah, see, that's not worth the upgrade to me for only a 10% increase. I mean, if I feel that way about it, I might as well go back and get the PS5 Pro. And then the other reason why I'm not upgrading to the 5090, simply being honest, comes down to money. If I were to buy the 5090, it would put a little bit of a deep scratch in me. So, you know, when I get my tax returns, yeah, I could buy it, but I still don't see the point in it. But I am leaning towards getting the 5070 though. I think that is worth the $550 asking price. You know, and I know you know all this, Ham. I mean, because you taught me damn near everything I know. As you know, the 3070 Ti has 8 gigs of VRAM. I think the GDDR5 versus the 5070 having 12 gigs of GDDR7. And the 3070 Ti retail for $600, and the 5070 is $50 cheaper than that with 4 more gigs of VRAM. And then you factor in DLSS 3 and 4 if you want to use those. I do think the 5070, I think it's worth anything. I think every
I'm just zapping as I like to refresh my new GPU on each
I think
new
I think the 5070 out of all these 50 series cars, I think the 5070 is going to be the hardest one to get. I think there's going to be a line around the planet Earth twice for people waiting to get a 5070. So let me see. If you're happy, don't change anything. I'm just sapping as I like to refresh my new GPU. Each new generation sell out there. And that's the other thing, Ham. Number one, I don't want to take a hit on eBay. The other thing is, I don't trust eBay. If I were to buy a 5090 for $2,000, because I would get the Founders Edition, I wouldn't screw around with the partners. I believe in the Founders Edition. $2,000 for the Founders Edition. And then if I were to sell my 4090 on eBay and somebody scams me and eBay doesn't give me the money back, now we're looking at about, you know, over a $3,000 hit. That would be a massive hit. So, yeah, I get what you mean about swapping. Let's see where we at on these daily races. Damn.
VR.
Yeah, I have never sold anything on eBay before. I've never sold anything on the Facebook Marketplace, the Wish app, none of that shit. I have bought stuff off the Marketplace, the Facebook Marketplace, and I bought a lot of shit off of eBay. But selling, I don't trust people. I'm just terrified. I mean, if I sold something on eBay for $100 and somebody scammed me, so what? I'm willing to take that hit. But a 4090 that even after the 5090 comes out, I still think the 4090 will still be worth about $1,000 on eBay. And that would be a massive hit if someone were to scam me. Well, shit. Let me look and see who's registered for this race.
MVR said, I've not been burned yet. Selling off flagship GPU.
Damn. You haven't been burnt yet. That damn heart's in a way, so I can't see you complete your complete comment yet. So hold on, give me a second. I'll look at it on speech chat. Yet selling off flash. Yeah, you haven't been burnt yet. Selling off flagship GPU. Damn it. Damn, do I do this Circuit of Americas or not? And the other thing about it, I don't really feel like the Ferrari is all that good of a car for this track. How long before we get to the... See, if I do that... If I do this race here at the Circuit of Americas, I could very well end up missing this race here, the next Fuji race, which is in a half an hour. So this entire session, we got 10 minutes before it starts, 3 minutes of practice. So we're looking at 13 minutes plus 7 minutes to qualify. 6 minutes. Okay, so 24, 30, 33 minutes. If I enter this race, I would end up missing the next GT3 race at Fuji. And that is where I would rather go. I guess the only thing that I can really do is maybe entertain you guys by doing a few laps on one of the other tracks until this race is ready to go. I originally only planned to do one race, but I think I'll register for this race. Which one? Yeah, let's stick with this one. All right, 30 minutes. Let's go get some practice in, do a few laps. There any hosted races out here? All of them are locked. You're not going to get anybody in there. So, race weekend. You know what?
MVR said, looking on UK eBay, the 4090 still selling for about £1,400.
Let's try the Corvette.
4090 is discount enude now,
the
so
American
value is holding
so-and-so.
up well. It will also sit
looking on
between the
UK
5080
eBay, the
and
4090 is still selling for
$5090
E1400. The
performance-wise.
4090 is discontinued now, so value is holding up well. It will also sit between the 5080 and the 5090 performance-wise. So yeah, because of that, I expect the 5090. Once the 5090 comes out, I expect the 4090 to still sell for $1,000 or more on eBay.
MVR.
Another
Said,
thing, Ham,
I think
if
paid
I had your editing skills
£1,950 for my 4090.
and I had a profession in the tech field like you, that would definitely be also another good reason to upgrade to the 5090.
MVR said, £600 loss over 2 years is fine.
All right,
I've
let's
had
get a
lots of
few
views.
apps in. E600 losses over 2 years. I've had lots of use. Oh, okay, it's fine. I think I paid $19.50 for the 4090. Lost 600 euros. I assume you mean over 2 years, so it's still worth 1,000. Still worth, well, I'll just say 1,500 euros. And then that's the other thing I think you paid for. I think you bought one of the third-party 5090s, which those ones were going for around anywhere between $18 and I think $18 and $2,000.
MVR said, this is pound symbol. British pounds.
Oh, okay. So I take it there's a difference. See, I don't know about the currency in Europe. I assumed that pounds, euros, quids, I assumed they were all the same. I thought they were just, different ways of saying dollar.
All clear. Push now. Your brakes are cold. Let's get some heat.
Ooh. That car wanted to snap.
MVR said, rest of Euro uses the Euro. The UK never joined the Euro, so we kept the British pound.
Oh, okay, I got you. After being in that Ferrari for so long, I'm not liking the way this Corvette feels. This car is so unstable, and it just has a tendency to want to oversteer. And damn, it shakes like a son of a bitch when you hit the brakes. Nah.
Sector 1 is yellow.
I never felt a car feel so understeery going into the corners, and then once the snap oversteer going out of the corners. It's just, a car is just too unstable. I mean, this feels like trying to learn the Porsche all over again on ACC.
That's the end of the session. P2.
Hate to do it, but ay. In all likelihood, I'm going to end up going with the Ferrari again because I out of the 4 cars we have so far, I trust the Ferrari the most.
HamVR said, BMW for the win.
It's basically the meta car on this game. I think from the time that I spent driving the BMW, what I'm seeing about the BMW that stands out about it is when you lift, the car seems to rotate the best while still remaining stable.
HamVR said, Evil ask ZE questions.
Vivid as the questions. Sometimes I hate the way that speech chat says things because it throws me off.
Looks like you're clear on pit exit. We've got cold brakes all round.
This BMW feels like a big boat. The other thing I'm finding out with this BMW is you kind of can't do a complete lift. You kind of got to feather the pedal a little bit.
MVR said, have you tried any non-racing VR games recently?
Have I tried any
Yellow flag.
non-VR racing games? Not lately,
Sector 3 is green.
but honestly, surprisingly, Ham, I figured out, with Forza Motorsports, I had been complaining about the longest about the drop off in force feedback. And it took me forever to figure out what it was, but I Googled it. Long and short of it, I can't remember what the exact settings were, but there's 2 sliders. I had to turn one of them all the way to the left and turn the other one all the way to the right. So now that the force feedback is what's the word, uniform or continuous, all the way through. Whereas before, I would turn the wheel, and then once I got it here, the force feedback would drop off, and it caused me to snap oversteer the car. But now that I figured out what the issue was, Forza's not a bad game. Honestly speaking, I think Forza's a better racing game than GT7. Now, the car models might look a little bit better on GT7 because they did pay a little more attention to detail. But as far as night races goes, I think Forza, I think they win hands down. The night races on Forza are absolutely gorgeous. It's just well lit. So I haven't played it in a while, but I would dare say that if Forza...
New fastest lap for Larson, 142.36.
if Forza had VR support, I would play it more than GT7.
Blue flag.
So with Forza, not only they have more up-to-date cars, they have more up-to-date race cars. Now Forza has 3 hypercars, and the only up-to-date hypercar that GT7 has is the Toyota GR010. So GT7 is not updating their cars. They're still using old cars.
Fastest lap for K-Gill, 1:14.20. Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Fastest lap for 49.95.
Another reason I want to upgrade my system is TP Play EAWRC more, as it's badly optimized for VR.
Really?
But I like racing in it.
Does it run good on your 4090? Oof.
Flag in sector 3.
Yeah, I think that does it. This isn't the time to try to learn the...
You've had quite a lot of aero damage. You might need to come in and get it fixed.
I guess I could try the McLaren one more time.
That's the end of the session. B11.
But yeah, that McLaren, I got 15 minutes before the race starts. So let's do a couple of laps with the McLaren. And then the other thing that I was going to say about Forza is they have way more daily races to choose from. They got like, Forza has
MVR said, no, it doesn't running good on my current hardware in VR.
No kidding.
2D is fine.
No kidding. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, Forza, I think they have like 15 daily races, whereas, GT7 has 3. At this point in this game, with the GT3 cars, I think
MVR said, also PMAX Crystal is a huge jump in resolution over the Quest 3, so you need the horsepower.
Ah. Okay. This McLaren is out of the GT3s, I think this McLaren is the second hardest car to drive. I think the Corvette might be the hardest car to drive, or
MVR.
Some people would argue this is.
That said, WRC on Quest 3 also runs bad.
No kidding.
If it takes it's clear. Your brakes are cold, be careful.
That lap wasn't half bad. In terms of how the car felt,
The car exits in the pits, heads up.
just don't get in my way. And
Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag.
And that's the biggest reason why I can't use this car. That is the corner that it catches me every single time.
That's the end of the session, B7.
All right, back to my trusty. So I think when it comes down to it, I would rather have a car that has a tendency to understeer versus oversteer. If the car understeers, you can still compensate for that by trail braking or engine braking. But I will say it doesn't matter what car you're driving. All of these cars are a nightmare while the tires are cold. I'll also try to compensate for the understeer with this Ferrari by, you know, dialing the brake bias towards the rear so I can try to help the car rotate around corners.
Exit looks clear. Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them. Yellow flag.
Oh, God. I'm going to do a couple of laps, and then I have to run to the bathroom, and then we should be ready for race start.
If exit's clear, Sector 1 is now green. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Green flag, Sector 2.
There's two corners on this track that give me the most trouble.
Cold tires all around.
This corner coming up right here, it's one of the corners that gives me a lot of trouble. And turn 3 gives me a problem.
Okay, Clay, you've got about 4 laps of fuel left. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace. The leader has just done a 139.37.
It's not gonna be a good lap.
That's your next in the session. You've got about 3 laps of fuel left.
That is a dog shit lap.
7 seconds off the pace.
Hit the brakes too late. I damn near went past that 100-meter mark.
Yellow flag, watch out.
So I was gonna go wide. All right, go to the bathroom. Be right back.
That's the end of the session. 7th position.
So I don't see Jimmy Broadbent registered for this race. So I wonder if he's done or if he went on to something else. Well, for this race, I actually hope that I am in a lower split. Jeez, we're closing in on 200 people. So yeah, let me go through here again and see if I can find one Mr. Broadbent. No, I don't see him, not yet. Because I don't think he would be ranked this low. I mean, I don't sit through all of his streams, you know, from start to finish, but what I do see of him, you know, I don't know if I would consider him an alien, but I don't think he's slow either. So yeah, I don't think he's in this. I don't think he's registered for this race. All right, let's suit up. For those of you that are new to LeMans Ultimate, something that I have to forewarn you all about in terms of driving. When the tires are cold, it's going to feel like you have almost no force feedback. But once the tires heat up and they start to grip, then it seems like the force feedback starts, it feels like it's starting to kick in. So if you had the force feedback set pretty high, once the tires get warm and it kicks in, you're going to feel quite a bit of resistance. Event underway. Let's get in here and see what split I'm in. Split 2 of 11. Dude, speeding in pit lane. The hell's wrong with him?
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them. Sector 2. Green flag in Sector 2.
Damn. I think his wheel might have went out.
Sector 3, incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. That's the end of the session, B12.
All right. As Deadpool would say, let's get out there and make a difference.
Pit exit's clear. We've got 6 minutes to set a lap. We've got cold brakes all round. Be careful. Fastest lap for Pascal, 141.69. New fastest lap for Ashley, 141.00. Fastest lap for Nagi, 114.52.
Lap 141.2.
Sector 3 is 1.6 off the pace. Fastest lap for Lantos, 139.86. good. Sector 2's 2/10 off the pace. 2 minutes to go in 2 minutes. You've got cold front tyres. Okay, Glenn, you've got half your fuel left.
Time 1:41.02.
It's the fastest lap for Latos, 1:39.72. You're a 10th off the pace in sector 1. Your tyre temperatures look good. That's the end of the session. P9.
That time was a 1:40.
Damn! Wait! So that may have thrown me up to 6th place. So if that holds up, I will at least get a positive mark for finishing in the top half of the results. So 140.5. If I can do that consistently, I'll be good with that. So there's still 2 more cars out, waiting to see what happens with them. Actually, 3. Shit, there's several cars out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more cars that still have to. So I don't know. I could still easily get knocked out. I could still get knocked out of the top half. We're still waiting for 3 more cars. Okay, I'm still 6. All right. It is written. I finished in the top half of the order, so I will at least get positive rank for that. I just hope my wheel doesn't go out on me again.
Formation lap has started. Green flag, green flag.
I don't think this is going to end well.
Right side's clear. To your right.
Oh shit!
Car clear right. Right side's clear.
Lap 152.92.
Clear right. Okay, Clay. The next car is side C. The guy in front is Matty. Sector 3 is yellow. Sector 3 is clear. The leader has just done a 139.84.
Lap 144.21. Good pass. Now keep pushing.
can see Matty has gone off. Okay, Clay, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down the track. Fastest lap for Latos, 1:39.69.
That time was a 1:41.34.
Flag sector 3. Car right side's clear. Car clear right. It's fine, mate. It's just a scrape.
Lap 1:43.2 seconds.
On your left. Clear left. Seconds. You've just done a 1:41.27 as your quickest lap in this session. Yellow flag sector 1. brakes, focus, keep it smooth. New fastest lap for Lantos, 139.67.
Time 141.57.
Clear left. That's one, mate. Car ahead is sightseeing. High temperatures are good.
That time was a 141.06.
You've got half your fuel left.
That time was a 141.85.
Brake temperatures are fine. Your left front's hot. Yellow flag, caution. Green flag, sector 2. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
141.02.
Tire temperatures look good. Time was 141.66. Yellow flag in sector 1. Green flag in sector 1. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Time 141.29.
Right sides are cold. acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
Eighth place. All right, everybody's accounted for. I did a 141 flat. That was 1.4 seconds off the fastest lap. Well, I mean, she's. Let's see what the results are before I even go into it. Yep, lost 2 spots. That stings a little bit. All right, so I basically got back what I lost. Expected you to qualify 12th. You qualified 6th, qualified the top half of the results. Expected you to finish 12th, finished 8th, finished in the top half of the results. And I am a Platinum 3. So for safety rank. But I've said that so many times, safety rank is not hard to get. Just stay clean. Keep the car on the track and avoid contact with other cars. You can finish dead last and still get good safety rank. Starts at 2 o'clock. So this fixed prototype is about to start. How many people they got participating in that? Because obviously I think GT3 is where it's at. That's what everybody wants to do. Let me see here. Mark Worthington. I think that's Mar Reality. So that's probably the only name I recognize in here. But yeah, I've seen his YouTube channel before. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I know for a fact that I'm going to race again tonight because I am determined to get that silver. I just don't know if I'm going to stream it. So if I do, let me see, it's 11:24 a.m. Eastern time here. If I stream again today, it will be a lot later in the evening. So we'll go from there. Thank you all for watching. Going to grab a bite to eat and whatnot, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, you all know the line: Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. We'll see you, everybody. Have a good one.